Catriona, it's always great speaking with you, but I got to ask you. I mean, I know I've got a fake background behind me, but your background isn't fake, is it?
No, well, I was going to say I brought Janice, but Janice just sort of tagged along.
Oh,
She's not very chatty. She just sort of grunts and moans, so hopefully she won't disturb us too much.
oh, I well, she can do whatever she wants. She's going to be the boss for the next couple of weeks, especially in the month of October, because Casa Loma is going to be turned into something horribly fun. What's going to be happening?
We have so much happening here. I don't even know where to begin, so I'll begin at the gates. You come in, you've got a 2 kilometer walk of thrills and chills. It's visually stunning. We have 40 animatronics. They're incredible. Some of them are over 20 feet high. The kids will die for it. If you like Insidious, if you're a fan of Blair Witch, if you're a fan of Stranger Things, all those themes, Chucky, all of it. We've got every bit of it as you walk through the gardens and you come up to the pavilion, where, of course, we have our Captain Morgan bar and you can get a little shot of courage before you go on. We've got Dracula, Phantom of the Opera. You come through the haunted house where you meet Janice here and her barbaric kitchen. We've got so much going on, and it's visually stunning. It's there's so much audio and 3D projections and so much tech involved. There isn't a moment for you to gather your senses. What you see, hear, feel, and touch is gruesome and exhilarating for an entire hour and a half.
How do you guys do this? Because just a short time ago, I was at, one of your great events, Soul in the City, where I know everything was taken up. Then how do you guys make such a switch from your summer concerts to the Halloween spectacular that we're going to all be involved with?
We have no downtime in Casa Loma. We're not interested in downtime. I think when you look at things from a tourist perspective, why do people keep coming back to Casa Loma? I mean, the building is what it is. It's a remarkable landmark, but you've got to come back and see it in a new way. So we're very transformative. We start our purchasing and building for Legends of Horror the minute we fold it, the minute we wrap. We're building for the next year. So the second Soul in the City and Symphony in the Gardens was over, was like, pack that stuff out, and we start rolling out from the bottom of the gardens all the way over to the stables. And I mean, it takes us a good 6 weeks to do it, but it's worth the effort, and we love the results. It's our favorite event.
It definitely is. All your events are my favorite. Let's put it that way. But for somebody who's never been there, I want people to really understand, because this isn't like some, sitting in one of those little corny rides where, something comes and goes boo. Like, this is movie effect stuff that we're going to be experiencing.
Absolutely. We have 3D projections on the castle wall, out throughout our tunnels. We've got strobe effects. We have amazing sound effects. The animatronics are state of the art. The technology is all state of the art. And then we have a workshop filled with expert designers who literally spend the better part of a year building the set that you see around me. And if
Wow.
would you, I can give you a little sneak peek. Would you like that?
Sure, would love it.
Yeah, let me just, you don't need to stare at my face. Let me spin me around.
Well, no, well, I've been staring at Janice. I was just making, whoa!
So, what's in the fridge here for dinner, right?
Oh,
Out of the frying pan into the fire. So, I mean, yes, when we say we're doing it, we're not I don't want to give too much away here because there's lots of other stuff, but this is just the haunted house. This is just about this here is maybe 10 minutes of your 2 kilometers that you're going to walk. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and it'll take you almost 2 hours to get Janice. To get through all of this, and I can promise you, but and not to forget our incredible array of talented actors who are coming out and jumping and scaring.
yes.
I mean, of course, they won't touch or hurt anybody, but they know their business. They're super jazzed to be doing it. It's great to have enthusiastic staff. I mean, nobody could love this sort of business more than us, and that really shows in the design and the execution of the event, how much we love it and how much the actors love it and how much our guests are going to love it.
This isn't an unusual way to tour the castle for somebody who's never been there. They're going to get a different perspective of it.
Absolutely. So this is what Liberty Grand is so good at, taking something like the castle and reinventing and reimagining it all the time so you can come and see it in a new way or explore a new part. So for Legends of Horror, the tunnels really are exceptional. And that's something that people just can't wait to come and see because people love to be scared. And so we're really, really excited. And a little bit on that, people can buy their tickets at castaloma.ca. And people get brought through sort of in 30-minute chunks. So we're not all jammed up and you're not bumping into the people in front of you. We've got a family hour from 5 to 7, and the rest of the show is from 7 till late. That's how we like to put it. And then on top of that, we also have our zombie apocalypse again this year.
I was going to ask about that.
And so that's a very different experience. So whereas this is immersive theater in the sense that you're walking in the set, but you're looking at it, you're hearing it. It's a big, broad experience. Zombie apocalypse is more of a sensory deprivation kind of an experience where the set is there and you're touching it, but you really can't see it. So you're feeling it and you're hearing it, and it puts you in uncomfortable physical positions. You're working through a storyline. You're in a story that you have to get through in order to get out the other end.
Wow.
And it's almost in full darkness, and the actors there have very special roles. So that's a super experience as well. So to get the full spectrum of Halloween spooks, you do your zombie apocalypse, come out, check your pulse, and then you dive in to our Davenport gates, and you do that 2 kilometer walk. And if you're still alive at the end, then you come back and do it again the next day because it's that good.
Okay, I have to correct you on one thing, though. You did say that people don't bunch up together. That's not completely true, because when we get to Captain Morgan's bar, if I can call it that,
Yes.
people do gather there. What a party experience. Can you talk about that too, please?
Yes, well, I mean, and that's where we do want the bunching to happen, because you come up through the lower gardens and you step into the pavilion, and the glass pavilion is fantastic. We've got I mean, it's a beautiful glass building, but inside it's all decked out for Halloween. So we have our fabulous flaming dragon. We have fantastic tech in there, which I think you saw in the summer. We've got a DJ, we've got the bar. So everybody needs that shot of courage, which we thank Captain Morgan for bringing us so that we can go back and do the second half of our walk. And it's really quite a party. It's a great way to spend an evening.
Okay. I love the way how you glance over the dragon. This isn't just any dragon. This is the dragon. Please describe this, because when I first saw this dragon, I was like, wow.
Yes, he is. I think he must be a 20-foot long, fire breathing animatronic dragon with flaming eyes and smoke coming out of his mouth. And he rests above the bar watching all of the patrons. So if you're out of line, then you get gobbled up. That's basically, but it's spectacular and fun in there as well. And certainly it can make your 1.5 hour walk significantly longer if you need to take a bit of a longer break and have a lot of fun in there.
Okay, so let's get to some of the rules. Say if somebody wants to wear a costume, again, you kind of straighten things out when you kind of said family and later on in the evening. Let's make sure people understand how that works. And also one of the most, if you're allowed to bring bags or not. And one of the most important things about, as you mentioned before, about physical contact between the actors and the people going in. Let's go over all of that.
Absolutely. So from 5 to 7 p.m. most evenings, we have what I call Legends Light. So for people who really want to bring younger kids, that's the time to come. It's not full dark. The actors won't be in place, so there won't be any jump scares to freak out the children. And what's really good about that is that it has enough of a spook factor, but it's just light enough that they can see that the environment has been constructed by us and it's not entirely real, because the realism would be too much for them. At 7 o'clock, when the sun is down and it's pitch black, it flips over to us adults and we get to come in and act like children. However, yes, you can't come in your Halloween costume. Do not come in on your mask. You don't want to be mistaken for an actor and put to work for the rest of the night. You also don't want to touch any of the actors that are there. So while the fourth wall is very thin and we've got actors dealing directly with our guests. There's no touching involved, and that's for the protection of our guests, but also the protection of our actors. This is a see and engage, but don't touch event. Everybody's safe. It's a lot of fun. So we ask people, just be respectful, watch and enjoy. Don't touch and don't come in under disguise, because we'll ask you to take it off.
Okay, so again, when does it run, from what to what?
We are opening on September 28th for our media launch, and then officially open on the 29th. We run all the way, of course, up until October 31st, and closed on November 1st. And we are excited. The tickets are already on sale, casaloma.ca. And I think that there's going to be a great fun for everyone.
And just so you know, you can just barely see, but I'm ready.
You
Janice,
are ready.
I am ready.
Janice,
I cannot wait. It is, there we go, Janice. I'm ready.
Date night for Janice.
There you go. Cannot wait. Thank you so much for bringing this back. Oh, before we go, even though we are still talking Halloween, can you give us a little hint about the holiday season?
Oh my goodness, we have so much in store for holiday lights and Christmas at the castle. We have a night to remember, or a night before Christmas. Only this time we're not talking about the evening before. We're talking about medieval nights. We've got princesses, we've got fairies, we've got snowflakes, we've got holiday music, we have Santa. So it's all happening.
Janice, you're invited. I'm inviting you. Please come. I know everybody else will. Thank you again so much for this interview. Happy Halloween, and cannot wait. Halloween at Casa Loma, that's the place to be. Thank you again.
Thanks, Rudy. It's a pleasure.